Hey Sherry, hey Rebecca, hey Amanda. Hello everyone. Hi Dar and Kim. Is my computer working for real? What? I can't believe it. It's working out and in. First time in a long time. We'll give everyone a sec to hop on. How is everyone? Good.
I'm good.
Good. Hey Jen. Hey Mary. Hey Livia. And we got Andrea and Melanie. All right, Jen. All right, we're gonna give people a few more. What's that?
Did you say Melanie's on?
There's a Melanie.
Hi.
Hi, Dar.
Oh, hey, Kim Carr.
Down to dinner.
It's not quite done.
Okay.
I wanted to be here.
All right. Okay. Well, we are going to get started with this part because I don't want to waste people's time who got here on time. All right. So welcome everybody to our, October already. I just can't even believe it's literally October and it's fall. And I just, again, love this time of year for our business. It's super fun. So I'm sure everybody saw the big announcement today that tomorrow we have 2 Thanksgiving nails going out, both really cute and adorable. I should say one's adorable, one's pretty. So that's exciting. So make sure you're putting those in parties and sending those out to people.
I have to
People
listen
know.
in on
I'm going
this.
to mute you guys. Just if you know you have a loud background and you want to mute yourself, that'd be great. Some other housekeeping things. We have our meeting next week. We are changing locations if you go to the Livonia meeting. So I know I had to keep it at the same price. I've had questions of if we're going to a smaller room, why is it the same price? Because I have to balance it out. The way corporate's having us do it is we give a price, and then if we are down money, we have to adjust the money according to that. So this month it'll stay the same, but then I should be able to make up the couple months that we were in deficit, and then it might go a little bit lower than for November. So we have 2 meetings left of regional. We have October and November. I'm keeping the December one on there because we will for sure do that with our team. And I'll decide if it's going to be a regional one or if we're just going to have it for our team. I haven't made that decision yet. But we'll have that in a smaller room as well. And then come January, we will be moving it to, I think the regional ones will be moving quarterly. So then we'll figure out what we're going to do with our teams in between the quarterly ones. So stay tuned for that for January. Obviously, everybody knows about our October promotion. That's why we're going to talk about team building today. And trying to think if there's any other big, can anybody else, anybody on the senior director call today? Can you think of any other big things on there? Oh, I know, our biggest topic. What am I thinking? Our policies and procedures. I know that just came up, you guys, and they're working on, they're gonna come together as a team and come up with a Q&A or some sort of way to communicate with us. I know there's tons of questions. I've spent hours on the call with corporate, but it still doesn't mean I have all the answers. So the graphics thing, I don't know how we didn't catch it, but it didn't seem to, we didn't question it when it went through, and now all of a sudden we all have tons of questions. So I think it just needs better clarification. But so the biggest thing is if they send out a graphic, like today, the graphic that showed the 2 thumbnails says Color Street straight across the top, you can't go on there and say, hey, look at our new nails and write that on Canva on top of something that says Color Street. Now, if they give us one, so what we've asked for, if they give us one like that says Color Street, can they pull one off that doesn't say it? We want more. If they're going to give us some graphics, can they give us some that don't say Color Street to have a trademark on it that we could then add our logos, add our websites? So we have not heard anything about the thumbnail ones yet. I don't know if they consider that, you know, it doesn't have their logo or their trademark on it. but it is their nail. And they're just trying to make things that have Color Street name on it consistent, which I can totally respect and understand that. So I think the nail fees that I took from the website are going to be okay. I think Glenn misinterpreted my question maybe when he told me I have to have the font that's used in the PNP. I think that's on a graphic that has, well, that wouldn't make, I think it's when you're using Color Street in something, but I don't know. I emailed him to get better clarification with the picture of it, and I have not heard back. I'm sure he's been inundated because I know I'm in 3 different thread groups between PC and PF groups, and they're getting bombarded. So they're going to come back to us as quick as they can, and then I will release those again. But the biggest thing I said in the live today that we're going to want to probably do is you're going to want to somehow mark it as your own. If you didn't catch the live, one of the presidential founders was in Facebook jail last week and talked with a person from Facebook to find out why. So the reason we get in Facebook jail is, so if I created those, because I put the name on it, I now am the creator of them, I'm sharing them in our group. You take those, you share those in your VIP groups. Facebook sees it as human or sex trafficking because they don't know what it is, but they see a chunk of things being shared from a private group to another private group, which is why they get flagged, which is why the person who created it gets shut down. So in order to avoid that, you want to make it look different, just Ektar. You want to put your own website on there, something to make it different so that everybody isn't out there sharing these in groups and we all have a different version of it. Yeah, Dar.
Okay, 2 things. One about the nail fees. So the BAM Girls thing, they said to put those on your page, your public page, and then share them as an album to your group or your party that you're doing. So I'm wondering if that will help that,
yes,
not private group to private group. But also the other thing about the logo, one of the biggest questions that people have about the logo is we put Color Street, so the graphics group by Norma Clark has also, some of the girls from there have made frames that people can use on their profile for their profile pictures on Facebook. And so I kind of messaged one of the girls in there, publicly in the group, and just said, hey, what about those? Because there's a bunch of people that have Color Street across the bottom. And then we welcome people with the Color Street logo on their welcome picture. So what about those?
I don't know.
Okay.
I will put that down. And as leaders, we'll have a discussion because if we can, as they said, on the call today, if we can streamline as many questions into topics to be able to give them instead of, everyone going to them one question at a time. But one thing we can do with those also that helps with it, Dar, is if we put it in a Dropbox file instead of sharing the album within, that can help it. That can help it too. If I take all those pictures, drop it in Dropbox, but first I've just got to be able to figure out what I need to do to them. But then we're picking it up out of Dropbox or out of a Google link or something as opposed to an album.
Right,
So,
but when I downloaded those to my Dropbox filled up quick, and I'd have to pay.
I know. That's why I don't have room on my Dropbox either, so I would have to do it a different way. But I'm just saying.
What I was able to do in my.
What's that?
What I was able to do though in my group was I was able to take the explanation, put it in each of the captions of each of those pictures without having to put names on them. So if it's a picture of Aberdeen, whatever you're there, I can't say that name, but it's the picture of the nails that comes from the website. I didn't put any names on it. And then I just put in the caption what it was and what the description of it was.
Sure.
So that
and some people like that. So. I like the name on the nail personally. That's just me.
I do too, but if we,
Right, if we can't. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes work to do just that too.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And I'll put Color Street on logo. I'll check into that. Okay. So I don't have answers for you guys is the bottom line, but just be patient. Again, it doesn't kick in till November. Right now, we're supposed to be learning and figuring out what everything is. All right. So just have patience as we learn a lot of the new verbiage. And one great thing in there that I really like is something we've all kind of had issues, or many of us had issues with, was vending events. So if you are doing a vending event, they recommend that you ask if another Color Street stylist is there. So if there is one, then you as the second person should not be accepting it. So if you get to an event, you know, and someone else is there, you really need to talk to that coordinator to find out, you know, whether you get a dated email at the time you sign up, you know, just to keep, to be able to say, look, you know, this is, but I was here first before this person. Color Street is not going to police it, but it definitely brings it to light that Color Street does not want to both people there. So if you can take it on, bring it up to that person, and also go to also asking them if they accept to. They accept to, well, that's kind of on them too. I mean, I think giving your feedback in that situation too, because I personally like the events where you're only allowed to have one. But so make sure you read through that verbiage. Yes, it would be awesome if they did a video on the branding guidelines. That would be amazing. Okay, and oh, for the meetings, yes, I will post if anyone wants to help at this meeting. Okay, so those are kind of a couple of the big points in the new PNP. All right, so let's talk about last month, you guys. It was seriously our best month ever, which is so exciting. 423,000, over 400, it was $423,600. Remarkable month. That's our team's best month. So I'm thrilled. We had 101 new stylists, which is amazing. Our cumulative team sales now are $6,266,418. So that is a lot of nail polish. We had top in sponsoring with four people had 3 new stylists each. Dina Doyle, Ayanna Skoda, Michelle, and Robert Cummins. All 4 of them had 3 people each. So congrats to all 4 of those people. We had lots of promotions last month, you guys. Oh my gosh, 17 new senior stylists. Rebecca Thornton, Hillary Hillary, I always butcher it, Delazic, Catherine Brunson, Kristen Sazika, sorry, Stephanie Prager, Amanda Kerwin, Tiffany Cox, Meredith Timmons, Brianna Snyder, Marlena Young-Jones, Lorena Ramirez Barron, Danielle Taylor, Brandy Foltz, Nicole Burnett, Sandra McCracken, Amy Paulson, and Amy Kowak. So congrats to all you senior stylists. That's a ton of senior stylists that are ready to move on with their business. Then we had 7 new team leaders: Cynthia Hilt, Stacy Bell, Brandy Blanchard, Brandy Anglin, Olivia Van Hove, Lori Hawkins, and Ayanna Skoda. So congrats to those new team leaders. 2 directors, MB Cameron and Lynn Warrington. Congrats, which led to a senior director with Haley Cameron. So congrats, that is super, super exciting. Lots of promotions. I'm changing up the way we do. Before I was separating leader and stylist sales to try to get more people, but instead I'm just doing the top 20. All right, so instead of separating it out, we are doing the top 20. So number 20 was, I'm not going to give amounts here. I'll give amounts in the top 3, but all of them are over $2,000. Jessica Moten, number 20. Dina Moore, number 19. Jackie McGowan, 18. Nicole Shook, 17. Nicole Roberts, 16. Marlena Young-Jones, 15. Amanda Kerwin, 14. Jessica Narcissian, 13. Amanda Rebecca, 12. MB Cameron, 11. Iona Skoda, 10. Sarah Miller, 9. Olivia Van Hove, you're gonna have to tell me how to say that one, Libby. Number 8. Stacy Flicklinger, number 7. Emily Carlson, number 6. Kathy Moore, number 5. Danielle Taylor, number 4. Our top 3, Amy Myers at 3,739. Number 2, Chelsea Grable with 4,434. And number 1, Darlene Lavoie with 4,538. So congrats to all of you. Awesome sales. Like I said, every person in there was over $2,000. So that is amazing. We had 100 people in our $1,000 club. We have our top 10 in Cancun points. So Olivia Van Hove, 19 points. MB Cameron, 19. Sharon Crispin, 20. Amy Myers, 20. Nicole Shook, 20. Dina Doyle, 20. Danielle Taylor, 20. Jackie McGowan, 23. Kristlyn Muslin, 24. Darlene Lavoie. I didn't look to see if you had all four sponsoring points, but you have enough points to go on the trip because you are number 1 at 29. So congrats to all of you. Clearly, a lot of people working for the cruise. And the cruise, I can't get over cruise. If Cancun is on your list and you don't know how to achieve it, you guys, reach out to one of us so we can help you and help you figure out what you need to do to get it. It is totally possible to make it from now till January if you're working your business. So along with Cancun comes, what's one of the steps you have to get there? One of the ways to get there is by sponsoring. You have to have at least 4 new team members. We have a great promotion this month. So that is why I think it's real important that we talk a little bit about sponsoring here. Sponsoring is the key, you guys, if you want to earn every way there is to earn commission in our business. You can earn commission by yourself. You can sell by yourself by all means. And by doing that, you can earn commission, enhanced commission. So your 25 up to 35% and your Jumpstart rewards. However, when you start sponsoring people and introducing them to the business, that's when you can hit the other 7 types of pay, which would be matching Jumpstarts. I hope everybody on this call knows if I was to sponsor somebody today, I've been in the business 2.5 years. I sponsor a new stylist. If she hits Jumpstart, I get the same enrolling bonuses that she gets. I get the credit, I get the cash, same as her. And I've been doing the business 2.5 years. It is forever. Anytime you sponsor somebody. So that is a huge, huge benefit, right? To bring somebody into the business. You get enroller bonuses for being the person to enroll them. You get team bonuses. You get leadership level bonuses. You get leadership depth bonuses. You get car and lifestyle bonuses and generation bonuses. And I know you're probably like, what are all those? And I know our comp plan, I'm not going to go into a whole big in-depth discussion about comp plan, but I just want you to know on this call, there are many ways to earn it. And the farther up you go in the ranks, the deeper your pay goes and the more people you get paid from. So it pays off to build this team to get all these extra ways to earn money. All right, so right now you're thinking, well, yeah, you just say sponsor people like it's that easy, right? I know it's not easy. I know everywhere you go, you're not like the Pied Piper and people just follow you saying, I want to do Color Street. Then it would be super, super easy. So it is not necessarily easy to get new team members all the time, but it's totally doable. And we're going to talk about some different strategies about what you need to do. One of the biggest things is you have to tell people about it, right? You have to tell people about Color Street. And I don't mean tell them about the nail polish. I mean tell them about the business. If you are talking to people, showing them the polish, saying, well, I talked to 10 people this week, did you tell them about the business opportunity? Because it doesn't register to a lot of people when you're putting the polish on them that it's something they could do. So you have to make sure you are bringing the business up to them, the business opportunity. You know, we have 3 things to sell, right? We have the nail polish to sell. We have our hostess program to be a hostess to sell, and we have the business to sell. So that's 3 things we have to offer every person we talk to. So make sure you're not just offering them the polish, you need to be offering them the other 2 things as well. I think, of course, the best thing to give them is the business. Why wouldn't we want them to do the business? It's a great opportunity. Okay. So like I said, I know that we say just go build a team, but it's not always. People wonder, where am I getting the people from? Where do I go? Then what do I do if people seem interested? I don't know what to say. I don't know enough about the business. I don't want to tell anybody about the business. I know these are all concerns. I've heard them all. So we're going to kind of dig through some of these. All right. So the ways you can share the business, where can you share it? You can share it on social media, right? On your personal page, your VIP group, your business page. You're sharing it on social media. You're sharing it at parties. Whether you're doing online or in person, you need to share the business opportunity, not just the polish. If you are at a vending event, you are sharing the business opportunity. You are reaching out to people. I don't want to call it cold calling because it's not really, you know the people, but you go through that frank list on and off all the time in your business to look back at the names that you came up with at the beginning, and you're sending them a text, a messenger, a phone call, an email about the business. You can share it in public when you're out there coloring 10. You can bring up the business. And we'll talk a little bit more about all these. I'm just talking about the different ways right now. Follow-up is a huge way to tell about the business. So for example, you make a post. Today is your Taco Tuesday post. Your post on social media today is something about the business, something the business has done for you. It doesn't mean you need to get on there today and say, I made $400 last month. This is the greatest job. Who wants to join me? It might be you at the park with your kid today and say, I'm so excited. I got to go to the park today with my son in the middle of my work day because I work from home and I have that flexibility. That might be your business blessing for the day. It doesn't have to be like I had to pick my son up at the airport today and all I could think of is, you know, I got to do that because I didn't have to be at a job that prevented me from doing that. So when you do that, when you make some type of a social media post, one way to follow up would be look at the people who are liking your comments, look at the people who are commenting back, reach out to them specifically, message them, hey, I noticed that you liked my comment that I got to go to the park in the middle of the day. I'm able to do that because of my Color Street business. Would you like to hear more information about it? Something as easy as that, but follow up, you guys. They may not think to reach out to you about it, but they liked your post, which means they saw it. So why not go back to them and put it in their court and see what they want to know. When you're reaching out to them, follow up with a question. I've noticed I've shifted to that as well because I used to say, let me know if you want to talk. What do? They don't answer me. But if I leave it with a question and say, what do you think about that? Then that person who, you know, that feels they need to get back to you because you asked a question is more apt to respond then. Doesn't mean you're not going to get ghosted sometimes, but they're more apt to follow up if you end with a question because you're giving it back to them instead of just let me know what you think. So follow up to any of these, whether it's social media, your parties, in person or online, your vending events are 100% key because they may tell you they're interested. They may check the box on your little slip, but if you don't follow up, the chances of them reaching out to you, it's possible, but if you follow up, it brings it back to them, okay? All right, so I wanna talk for a minute about how you're sharing it. So let's say you're at that vending event. When someone comes over to your booth and you're putting the nails on them, are you saying anything about the business? So I have the kit box. I don't know how many of you guys saved your kit box, and if you didn't, it's no big deal. You could still put the stuff that equals what's in the kit or an idea, you know, of it in a bag or a different type of box. I have a little sign on there that says best deal, $129. And so in conversation, I can say easily, well, this personally is the best deal I feel right here. Or as I'm talking with people, as I'm putting samples on people at vending events, I constantly bring up, you know, I'm talking to them the whole time, giving my tips, right? And I'm asking them about them and I'm making conversation. So in there, you know, you're always looking for something about that person. And I'm not making up a lie to them, but I'm looking for what would make Color Street a good fit for this person in this 20 seconds that I've talked to them, or this 1 minute I've talked to them. And it's the same as a nail bar. If you're at a nail bar and you're making conversation as people are coming in, what about our business could you contact that person with? So, you know, it might be something like, oh my gosh, you are super chatty. You know, I think you'd be so good at what I do. I could totally see you working a vending event like this and grabbing everybody around and putting nail polish on them. You know, find something that you truly mean, but point it out that characteristic in them, no matter where you are, because again, they may have never thought about it before. Or I've gotten the response, well, you know, I've thought about something like this before, but I don't know if I'd be good at it. And then you can follow up, you know, with more to come after that. But you know, giving them the confidence that you think enough of them that they could do our job. it makes people feel really good. So they're not all going to say to you, I think I want to do what you do. So give them the opportunity by telling them what you noticed about them. So it might be, I'm trying to think of some of the recent ones I used at a vending event. I did use, one girl was super chatty. One girl was talking about how she was looking for another job as I was putting the polish on. And I said, well, have you thought about doing what I do? I love what I do. I can do this, from home, and it's flexible around your, any other schedule. And so again, those were two of the good contacts that I got. One was about her personality. She was super gregarious. Another one was really outgoing too. I actually told both of them that. One was about, she was questioning the business. So just pay attention, make conversation. If you choose to do a vending event, you guys, that is such a great opportunity for more than the nails. My two Facebook nail bars last week were both from a vending event. You can get more than just sales at vending events, but you have to offer those to them. You can't just offer the sale. You've got to offer more than that to them. So make sure you're offering. Okay. Just a sec. Let me just look at my notes for a sec. Oh, something else when you're talking to them is thinking about, I want you guys to make a list of what you like about Color Street. You should always have these things on your mind. I know big selling points for me. I know this is what I feel is great about Color Street. I know we have a low startup. I know we're consumable. I know we have no experience necessary. I know that we're inexpensive. We're $1 billion industry. We get paid weekly. We have 10 ways you can earn money. We have low monthly minimums. We have company training. We have lots of support. It's a great way to meet people, and you can do in person and online. I know all those things about our business. Those are always floating in my head. So depending on the person you're talking to, which of those is going to appeal to them in the conversation you're making with them. So have those, like if they're wondering why they should do it, well, maybe if they were the person who was talking about needing another job, maybe they're the person that you say, oh my gosh, and one of the greatest things is I get paid weekly to do this. Or, if it's the person who's really social and really out there, then that might be, oh my gosh, and I've met so many people doing this business. It's amazing. I meet people online. I meet people in person. We have meetings. We have this great team. So as you're making those discussions, think of all of the things that you can tell them. I like to say low monthly minimums because I don't want people thinking that we have to do the 300 every 6 months, because I really want them doing 300 every month. So, I'll tell them that it's that, but I try to put in their head, if they ask, well, most people try to do 300 every month at a minimum, because then if you start building a team, you have to do that, some type of verbiage like that. So keep these points in your head for discussion when you're bringing up the business. Couple more things, and then I have a couple leaders come on and tell you what they do for their recruiting. So make sure when you are talking to people, here's something else that I've had to learn myself. I used to blah and just kind of barf on everybody, all the reasons I loved Color Street. I've had to really reel that back in, because I could go on forever about everything I love, but they don't necessarily want to hear that. You have got to be open to what can you do for them and what Color Street can do for them, all right? So you're asking them questions. Again, when you're applying those nails, when you're making conversation, you are finding out about them and finding out what their needs are, finding out about what their life is like. So that way, you can ask them questions about the business instead of you just throwing things at them. You said you want to make more money. Have you considered doing what I do? Could you picture yourself doing what I do? Let's say she says yes or no. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can get up in front of people. Well, tell me what, if you had to get up in front of people in a nail bar, tell me what you're feeling, what would hold you back from that, and dig deeper into what her concerns on there, or maybe she doesn't have concerns. Maybe she's just, I don't know if my husband will want me to do another job. Oh, so tell me, what does your schedule look like? Find out about her and see what her, or him, I should say, especially now that we have a man who sponsored quite a few people. So he's definitely up and coming here. So I'm gonna have to get really good at my verbiage of man and woman. So talk to them, ask questions, let them do the talking, okay? So now we're gonna hear from Amanda Rebecca and Dina Doyle, and then afterwards I'm gonna come back and talk a little bit when they're done about what we do with these people after we've talked about the business. Okay, so first up we have Senior Director Amanda Rebecca. I see you up in the corner. I'll unmute you. Oh, there's you already got yourself. All right, Amanda.
Okay, so I hope I can share my screen. Do you think I can just hit the share button?
Yeah, you should be able to. Try it.
Let's see. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is
Awesome.
in me. I wanted some visual for you guys. Excuse me. And I wanted to just keep on track here. So I just wanted to give some of my tips for enrolling, what I feel like is the most important piece. And obviously Debbie covered the gamut. So I'm going to explore just a little bit more into why I feel follow-up is the most important thing. And that's how I enroll my teammates. And I know some are on here, so they can probably vouch for me that I'm really consistent with my follow-up. I'm not perfect with a system, but I will say I really work to build relationships, and I do that through follow-up. So I wanted to actually start with some myths, and Debbie, I didn't really coordinate this with her, but I know she mentioned a few of these. I know you guys, there's legitimate fears about offering the business, and we don't want to sit here and tell you that it's easy. And we don't want to sit here, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on, and say that you have to build a team, because you don't have to build a team. But I want to show you guys the benefits to building a team, because if I could go back in time to July of 2017 when I started, I wish I would have done this a lot more in the beginning. Obviously, I'm a senior director. I've been super happy about where I've landed with Color Street for sure, but I feel like I had some missed opportunities because I was being selfish in that I was worried about what other people would think of me. So I do want to tell you, I'm going to validate your fears, but I just want you to kind of keep an open mind as we go through some of the things and see if it's something that maybe you could do. So first of all, this really isn't a fear, but this is something, I'm a big time numbers person. And in the beginning, when I looked at the comp plan, I thought to myself, how is 3 to 6% better than 25 to 35%? Because I had some really amazing girls who were hosting for me, becoming a really great customer. And I did not offer the business because I was thinking to myself, if they host a nail bar for me, then I can make, let's say their nail bar is $300. I'm making $80-ish off of that nail bar. And I would only make 3% or 6%, depending on where they're at to me, on those sales if they were to become my teammate and that hostess becomes my stylist. So I really had to take a look at the comp plan, and actually I was fortunate enough, for Debbie to chat with me, and Jackie and some other, ladies who were already in at that time, to say to me, this is where it's going to be at. If this is something you really want to go for, if this is something that you really want to make an extra income for your family. And I should say, in case you've never heard me speak, I'm a teacher. I'm super busy with my 2 kids. And I knew I wanted this, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted. And honestly, they just kind of opened my eyes to see the numbers. So if you're getting fixated on the 25 to 35 and you're having a hard time thinking, well, if I flip my next 3 hostesses, where am I going to get my own sales? That's where the follow-up's going to come from the nail bars that you have. Plus, and it was the last bullet I have here, but you can reach significantly more people with stylists on your team. I can only manage so many nail bars. I am completely booked. I've maxed myself out at 3 a week, and I have 3 a week, every week, Facebook nail bars in October. And I cannot do any more than that. If I really genuinely want to put some time and energy into the guests in that party, to me, that's like my max number. So if I could have stylists that if I can flip some of these hostesses and they become my stylists, then I'm going to be doing really good, because then they're going to get the parties that are coming from their people, right? Because I'm trying to book at least 2 to 3 nail bars. All right, here's another thing. I don't want to give up my best hostess because she's bringing me my best customers. This was the issue that I had and I still, some of my best customers that have turned into my stylists, I still miss them a little bit as a customer, I'm not going to lie, but I love helping them grow their own business. And in the beginning, I feel like I wasn't offering because, again, I was nervous. I kept thinking about those numbers. But building a team really comes down to sharing the gift. When Debbie said it's the best thing that we have, it truly is. There is no better reward than helping somebody to launch their business, getting them to host their first nail bar, do their launch, reach a jump start. And as Debbie said as well, we get matching jump starts. So I'm rewarded also monetarily for helping new people. But honestly, the feeling you get if you've never enrolled and never helped somebody kind of move along in this business, you'd be surprised at how amazing it is. So just keep that in the back of your mind too. Like, are you not offering because you're afraid of what they're going to think, or you're afraid to lose that customer? Again, you want the focus to shift on them, and I think your mindset will really change. All right, this is another one. I barely know what I'm doing. I definitely cannot take on somebody to mentor. I know a lot of new stylists are nervous about, and not even new, maybe you've been in 6 months, but you haven't enrolled, you're trudging along in your business, you're hitting your goals, but you're still thinking, I'm not an expert. You guys, nobody's an expert. We all share what we have, and we all help to train new people. So nobody has to be on their own. So if it's not you that's really that direct mentor, reach out to your upline. If that's what's holding you back, I promise you that we are here to help you no matter whose team you're on or where you're at in the structure of Beautifully Polished. I guarantee there's an upline leader that will help you out and help to onboard that person and help them just as they would you, or just as they did you when you were a new stylist. And then this is the last one. So I'm not interested in building a team. And like I said, it's not something you guys have to do. So I get that question a lot in the beginning. Do I have to build a team? I just want you to keep an open mind to what building a team can do for you and your business. And as I mentioned already, like just helping someone else have success is super rewarding. And it really starts to create that team culture that I think we have, uniquely in this business, is just a super supportive team culture. And it really is fun when you start to have ladies that you're helping. I think it really does help you even in your own business. Okay, so now let's say you're getting in the mindset of, actually, maybe I can do this, but how can I do it in a non-pushy, non-spammy way? You got to use the funnel. I searched for a good funnel picture, and I wasn't 100% that I love this one, but I didn't have time to make my own with graphics. So I pulled this one from the internet, but I just wanted you to think about what this funnel looks like for us. Whether you're in a nail bar online, whether you're at an in-person nail bar, whether you're at a vendor event, you want to increase your customer base. You can increase your customer base if you're not either hosting parties or doing events. Like, period. You cannot rely on a VIP group. So let's say you were an amazing hostess turned stylist, and you kept that group, or you had that core group of friends that already love the product and are already buying from you. It's not going to sustain very long. Yes, we're inexpensive. Yes, we're consumable. But if you really want to grow your business, you have to move outwards. So the more parties you can book, the more events you can do. This is prime season. So my schedule, I'm trying to get as much as I can in, because this is a time where I really focus on growing my business. And then I work to build relationships with those customers. I do a ton of my business online. A lot of my business is through Facebook nail bars. That means I have to work twice as hard, because I can't physically meet them, to actually get to know these people through a computer, which can be challenging, but I try to, this is my own personal thing, but I try to friend new people. I try to message them. I send them tips and tricks. I follow up with them. I really work to move them down in the funnel. I want to get them to be a customer in that nail bar. Then I want to hopefully get them to be a hostess for me. and just really work on continuing to get to know them so I can have them A, as a returning customer, B, as a future hostess, or obviously somebody later on who would potentially be a stylist on my team. So I do that through follow-up. I believe 100% that consistent follow-up will help you to grow your team or increase your number of bookings, and also increase your sales. The majority of stylists I'd have to ask, but the majority that have joined me, I've worked on for a long time, and I mean that in a positive way. I mean, I really got to know them. I really got to understand. I wasn't pushy about getting them to join, but I saw something, like Debbie said, it's easier to do in person. Like, you might be able to see something right away and get that feeling of, this person really would be good. She really is chatty, or she really loves the product already. I wonder if anybody's ever offered her the business. It's a little bit harder through Messenger or texting, but I work on that consistent follow-up. I follow them on Facebook. I see what's going on in their lives, and then I share the business accordingly. If you don't have a system, find one. I'm not going to go over this in too much, but it doesn't have to be 222. 222 is just easy. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I try to, in my calendar, I probably don't have one right now, but I have a calendar that goes by week, and I will write in there for the beginning of my week, follow up with, actually I have it here, you probably can't read my writing, but follow up with Ashley's party. I'll try to look back at my nail bars in my back office, and then I take notes to who I need to reach out to. Okay, and then I'll just run right through those guests, and I will reach out to them. I wanted to share some examples though, because I feel like this is what helps my team the most, is when I share my verbiage. These are some sample messages that I actually took. I grabbed them out of Messenger today, and I wanted to show you some different ways that I've done it. So the first one is talking, this is somebody who's been my customer, probably a repeat customer, but I know is sharing Nailfies in my VIP group. They may or may not have hosted for me, but that would be a message that I would send. Hey, I hope you're having a great fall. I was working on a few things with some fellow nail bosses, and I thought, 1, who loves the product, 2, is upbeat, 3, would love to earn some extra income. I'm not sure about 1 and 2, but I know 1 and 2 fit you, but I wasn't sure about 3, but I figured I would ask just in case. Then I say something about how I love it, but then I also let them know if it's not for them, that's okay. I truly value having them as a customer and any referrals. I usually will always put that in, even when offering the business. Another one is on the right-hand side there. I know you guys can read for yourself, and I know Debbie's taping this, and I'll be happy to put these in the group too. If you guys want me to just copy and paste them, I can do that as well. But these are things that I share with my personal team, that I'll sometimes just post in my group and say, hey, if you haven't thought of this, this could be another way to share it. So the one on the right is somebody who is a hostess. So I wanted to tell her she's close to the next level of rewards. Have you ever considered being a consultant? Your guests love you. Your guests love the product. That's something I would share like in the middle of a party, or even at the beginning. If she's getting a lot of girls in and interaction is happening quickly, then I definitely reach out to her and offer the business. These are things I never did probably for my first at least year. And I think about all the hostesses that I did not flip that I probably could have, because they really were awesome and they really do have a great following, and I really do think that they would be awesome. So that's something that I would send. And then this is just a general follow-up. So I wanted to see how you're liking your polish. I wanted to let you know I'm currently booking. So obviously this was for September. I'm currently booking nail bars. And then of course I throw in the business as well. So sometimes I'm more specific, like asking an actual question. Like, I know you've considered it before. What's one thing that's holding you back? Like Debbie, I really had to work on reining back and not vomiting all over somebody, even whether that's virtually or in person. I really try to ask more questions than I do just give my opinion or just talk about what I know about the business. So there's another example if you guys want me to drop that in. And I just wanted to end with this. This is my last thing. And you probably heard this analogy, but I think follow-up is the key for enrolling. Again, think of the funnel. You have to get the customers, which means you have to be booking nail bars. And then I work to build those relationships. If you are not seeing results today, you guys, do not get discouraged. It takes time. You are planting those seeds. do not judge each day by how many yeses. I've really tried to retrain my brain, and part of my goals, like I have right in front of me on my wall, says get at least 200 no's. Those are my goals through January. But I try to track the no's that I get, because I'm like, okay, one more no, I'm closer to a yes. So I know that's hard to switch your mindset. It's taken me a long time, but just think of it as, betting on your future by taking the time to follow up and build relationships today with customers. And that's all I have. Hopefully that was helpful.
Amanda, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I love your visuals too. Thanks for the verbiage, and that would be great if you want to post those. It is always nice to see, because I think we all get stuck in a rut of our own verbiage. So it's nice to see other people's and to tweak it into your own. Remember, if you had a cute word in there. What did you, ponder. I like how you had ponder. I never would have thought to use that. And that would come out of my mouth. One that doesn't come out of my mouth is when people start with girl. I know, so again, you can use your verbiage, but tweak it to something you would say. So thank you for that. And thanks for all your wonderful tips. It was awesome. And now we are going to move to Executive Director Dina Doyle, who's going to share about her enrolling.
Thanks, Debbie. Amanda, that was awesome. That's a tough act to follow. So I'm just going to piggyback on a few things that Amanda and Debbie, that you and Amanda both shared. Okay, for myself with enrolling, like Amanda, I never offered the business. I was very, very shy about it. I didn't want to, put anybody off. And so a couple of things that I say that I think have kind of made me feel more confident is when I'm having a conversation with somebody, whether it's a face-to-face nail bar or just at any sort of activity or gathering, party, anything, just even with personal life. I'll say to people, if they say to me, hey, how are you? Of course, just small talk. I look at that as the door is opening for me to share a bit about Color Street. Oh, good, everything, I'm doing well, back to school teaching, and I'm loving Color Street. It's been awesome. I'm really having a lot of fun with this. And then it kind of starts a dialogue about it. And then I always share, if you know anybody who's looking to make extra cash, if you know anybody who's looking for a little extra income, this would be the perfect thing for them, and I would love to help them out. And I have found, and somebody shared that with me, so everything I say, I've just kind of, tweaked and adjusted to kind of flow, like Debbie said, with my personality. But I really found when I say that, I'm not directly asking that person in that conversation, but they might be thinking, oh, wait, what about me? And of course, they might be thinking, oh, my sister or my cousin or my coworker, and so I think when we say it casually like that, I've also really found when I talk to people, whether it's a Facebook party, a face-to-face party, I will say, life is expensive. That's kind of like my phrase that everybody nods their head when I say that, because life is expensive. And when I share that, I'm a full-time teacher, or our kids are really active with this or that, and life's expensive. People are like, yeah. And then I'll say, this has really added a really nice extra income that I wasn't expecting, that I didn't really, feel would grow to where it's grown. And so I think people kind of like that light bulb will click like, yeah, I've got this to pay for, this to pay for, that to pay for. And then they start to put themselves in that situation and they're like, wow, I could use this for upcoming Christmas money. I could use this for my daughter's senior spring break. I could use this for travel baseball, and sometimes when I share, people on my team, some people pay for travel baseball. Some people pay their car payment. Some people are setting themselves up for retirement. And when you start to walk them through what all the different people are spending, their extra income on from Color Street, they're looking at their own life. And then they're putting themselves into that situation. Something else is I always think back to when I was joining. And I encourage people to think back to before you took that leap of faith and before you enrolled. What was it that somebody said? What was it that your upline said to you, and remember how you felt as you were making that decision, so you don't become so far removed that you might not remember what it was like when you were kind of in that, like, should I, shouldn't I, I'm pretty busy, I've got this coming up. We're all busy. So I try to like validate that, and I try to remember how I felt before I joined, what may have been holding me back. And then I try to encourage them with that. 2 other quick things. People need a gentle nudge. And I know Amanda and Debbie both shared this, but it's worth repeating. A lot of people have self-doubt, myself included, where we think, I don't think I'd be good at that. Or I don't have what they have, or I can't do that. That is just human nature. We all will talk ourselves out of something. So our role can be to give them that added support, to give them that gentle nudge, to say to them, you would be so good at this. This would be so fun to do together. And then they're like, really? You think I'd be good at this? They might not say that out loud, but the wheels are turning like, wow, she thinks I would be good at this. And it's just like with, anything in life where we're encouraging people, they just need that vote of confidence. And it's just really, you want to always sound genuine and sincere, and focus on their strengths, whether it's, they might be somebody who could talk in front of a crowd, or maybe a vendor show, or maybe they are somebody who's really easy to connect with, or they're just able to, they're relatable. And then something else that I've always think about is people want to join in the fun. So whether it's your, VIP page, your Facebook party, your face-to-face party, people are seeing the excitement. People are seeing the fun you're having, the positivity. People are drawn to that vibe. And we always say your vibe attracts your tribe. And that's just how it is in life. We're all busy. Everybody's got a lot of things going on. But why not join in something that's going to better your life, not just financially, but with confidence, with a community, with being around other positive, like-minded people. I love that positivity. And this group is something that that feeds off of that. Like, we all support each other. Everybody's encouraging. Everybody's all about personal development. And I feel like I've been just so drawn to that. And I feel like I'm a positive person just naturally, but this has even upped it. Like, I feel like I've grown and changed with being a part of Color Street. And it just kind of like, no matter where you're at, I feel like it's been so beneficial for all of us. And I think people are drawn to that. So I think being very candid and sharing what you get from it, sharing that on your VIP page. What do you love about Color Street? And Debbie shared, we have all of these different things that we love about the product and about the company and about Color Street, and really finding what do you love and sharing that with people all the time on your page. You can never share that positivity and that you're loving this and this is so much fun, because people are like, I want to have fun. I want to be a part of that. I want that job, and I think people will naturally be curious, and then they might ask a question. And then lastly, I made a post on my Facebook VIP page, my nail page, last week when corporate announced the 5 free packs of polish for October. I just feel like this is the month to enroll. If you've never enrolled, if you've enrolled 1 or 2, or if you have a growing team, now is the time. 5 free packs. So I made a post and I just put, and I'm just going to read it really quickly. I put, this is huge. If you've been on the fence about joining Color Street, or someone who might like to earn extra cash, this might be the perfect time. They are offering 5 free bonus packs for enrolling in October. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. 18 packs now. And just 2 months ago, it was 10 packs for the same price. This company is always surprising us. With shipping and tax, the total is $152. Check out the graphic below. And then I said, this is amazing. I feel bad sharing this. I really feel like telling people what a bargain this is. I mean, it really is. And then saying to people, I would feel badly not sharing. I just want to offer. And like Amanda said, you know, we don't all have to grow the team. It's kind of wherever you're at. But I really would feel selfish not letting people make that decision for themselves, especially in this month of October when we're on to the biggest shopping season of the year. We've got Thanksgiving tomorrow. We've got Halloween, the new fall catalog. We're going to blink and we're going to have our holiday polish, our Christmas polish. Now is the time to do it. Put yourself out there, stretch yourself, try something new. If you've never enrolled, this is the time. It is so exciting, and your entire upline, all of us, will help you with your new enrollee. Okay. I hope that's helpful. I learned a ton from both Amanda and Debbie, so thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Dina. I always love how you call them packs. That always reminds me of you. How you always call the nail sets packs. I love it. I love your comment on referrals. That is so important. Yep, always asking for referrals. Like you said, taking it off, the pressure off them, but just anytime you ever post about the business or ask somebody, say if you or anyone you know, always ask for that person. Oh, in the feel good thing. So no matter how many times, I mean, I know part of our business is we offer the business. We want to grow a team. But, you know, years ago I sold Creative Memories and then I sold Jockey. And when both people approach me to do both, I know that they approached me because I'm already in that world, but I felt so good. And I've had people come to me in between and I feel good every time because I do take it so personally that even though I know they're building a team, but I know that they feel that I can do it. And so don't dismiss that because it does make people feel really, really good. I take a lot of pride in that when people come up to me still to this day and ask me to do things because they're not going to ask if they don't think you would do it. So, or if you wouldn't be good at it. Okay, so real quick, because I know we're getting late. So, okay, so let's say you get somebody, right? So now we've talked about all this. You have somebody that you brought the business up to, but now you don't know what to do, and you go back to that scared thing. All right, so here's some things you guys can do once you've brought up the business. We have 3 different groups within our team. So Amanda, if Amanda is your upline leader, she has a behind the scenes group. If Jen or Amanda, Darlene, or if I'm your executive, we have a beautifully polished behind the scenes. And then Jackie has a beautifully behind the scenes group outside of Amanda's leg. I know that's confusing to some of you are going, what the heck are you talking about? But go find out, because we have 3 different groups that you can get interested people in these groups. They've been going extremely well. Get them in there. We do a monthly workshop in each one, but they can always go in and read the information. So that's one thing you can do with them. You're not sure, you've offered the business, they want to hear more, you panic because you don't know what to tell them. Then guess what? Call one of your upline leaders and you guys can get on a 3-way call together, or have your upline call them if you don't feel comfortable with that. We can help you talk to them about the business. If you are talking to them about the business, my suggestion to you is, again, putting it in their court. What questions do you have about what I do? Let them ask you, because again, this is where we can tend to bleh so much at them that they walk away because you just gave them so much. You showed them that comp plan and they looked at that and they said, no way am I ever doing this. I can't even read how I get paid. So if you can break things down for them. So ask them, what do you want to know? I don't know. Well, do you want to know? I can tell you how often I get paid. I can tell you about what I do to sell the nails. And you can offer them a couple different topics. If they can't think of anything, once you start talking, then it allows them to think of other questions. But see what they want to find out first, and then you can offer them more. But don't go and give them tons of things. If you're going to give them any information, I would send them the comp plan, and I know that can be a lot, but preface with, I know this is a lot of information. We can go over it. One of the biggest things to know is you'd make 25 up to 35% off your own sales. Send them that, send the hostess rewards, jumpstart rewards, and then we have that 20 reasons why, if you want to send that. It's just kind of 20 reasons why you could sign up. I would not send them a whole bunch more than that. That gives them the basic information about our business. You don't need to send them, you know, how to hold a Facebook party and all this other stuff, because they don't even have a clue about the business. So the simpler you go, the more they can learn later, but don't overwhelm them or they're going to walk away. Something else you can do, send them a set. If you're willing to send them a set, send them a couple samples with a nice handwritten letter. You know, I can't wait to talk to you more about this business. Wear these samples, you know, for a week, and let's touch base. I'll call you on whatever date, and I can't wait to hear what you think of the nails. You know, send them something. You could send them, you know, a catalog in the mail with it too. And this is if they haven't tried it, but even if they have, maybe if they've asked enough questions, you think they're a pretty reasonable person that's going to, gosh, I'm a loss for words tonight. That there's a good chance they'll sign up tonight, that there's a good chance they will sign up, then you could send them a strip. I'm not saying send a strip to every single person you talk to. So that's why I'm saying if you're pretty confident this is a good lead, you could send them a strip to try, you know, based on their level of interest. You can get them on the Catch the Vision call. I think we have a couple left, and we are kind of moving those to just sending them over. Some people have recorded Catch the Visions, and then on the YouTube, on our Beautifully Polished YouTube, we have it. So you can definitely send them there. That gives them information. So those are the steps you take if you are going a little bit further with this person and they are showing more interest when you say you want to talk to them about the business. So there's a whole bunch of things. Then from there, some will sign up and some you're going to keep nurturing, like Dina and Amanda said. It does, some people will just come and sign up and you didn't even know they were interested. Other people you will talk to and nurture for a year, and then all of a sudden they sign up. But just don't give up, okay? Don't be pushy, but until they say this is absolutely not for me, why not keep sending them something? Just everyone, like if you talked to someone a couple months ago, now the October promotion came out, then you just send, hey, just wanted to send you this, I'm so excited. And you know, tell them a little bit about the special. Sorry. So, you know, reach out to these people. Sometimes just, you know, giving them hints here and there. Hey, we have a meeting coming up next week. I'd love for you to come in as my guest. That's another thing you can do if someone's interested. Send them to a local meeting. If they can't come to ours, see if there's one in their area that they could go in there and see what it's all about. That's what the regional meetings are for. That first half hour is for interested people in the business. Okay. Oh, Jennifer Roberts has a first meeting tomorrow morning with someone that's interested. Oh, good. Perfect. Hopefully this helped then. So you guys, I know it can be scary, but don't be scared of it because you're here for a reason and you're sharing with them a really great opportunity. So please, I know I say it all the time, but if you are unsure, reach out to your upline and let them help you talk with that person. We're more than happy to help you do that. So we have a couple minutes. I can open it up if anybody has any questions. Anybody have any questions they want to ask or anything you want to share? Maybe you talked with somebody this month or you got a new enrollee. Anybody want to share anything? One thing I can tell you I do is I keep my leads that I'm talking to on the side of my planner, and because otherwise, again, you think you're going to remember and I don't. So I have my leads and I'm writing each time I contact them, I kind of write a little note to myself. So keep those people. You should always have kind of an ongoing list of some people you're talking to about the business. That means you're putting it out there to many people. So if you don't have anybody right now, then I challenge you to go out and talk to 10 people about the business, and maybe 2 will want a little more information. Then you write those 2 people down, and then they're your people that you're kind of in touch with. So if you don't have any, it's not a big deal, but it means get out there and go talk to people and share the business, not just the nails. All right, any questions, anything anybody want to share? You can just unmute yourself if you do. If I unmute everybody, I think it's going to be really loud, but I'll try.
Well, I mean, I'm my own boss, but yeah, something like that.
Anybody have questions? All right. Okay, you guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys definitely take advantage of that. It is a great, great promotion we have. We've only had one other promotion for signing up like this. So it is a big deal. And that's what I've told people I've reached out to, that this is a big deal. This isn't like some of these direct sales companies that are offering a special every other month. We don't offer these. So it is a big deal, and you should emphasize that to anyone you're talking to. Okay. All right, you guys, if you guys don't have anything else for me, have a great month, and congratulations to everybody for September. I cannot wait to see what we do in October, you guys. All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Tina and Amanda.